Hi everybody. Alright, so welcome to our achievement class for today. An adult, we are going to do a warm up to get started. Alright, so let's do some good jumping jacks. Ready, begin. Arm, backwards, outside, backwards, twisting, make sure you turn your head to follow your back elbow. That's to allow your body to come all the way around. So watch, if I turn around and I twist the heel without turning my head, that's as far as I can go. Now watch what happens when I turn my head. See, it allows my torso to come further back, right? Alright, so some side bends. Ready? 1, 2, each, knee. 1, 2, each, knee. 1, 2, each, knee. 1, 2, each, knee. Good. Legs out wide. Hands on your legs, slide down, grab your ankles, stretch it down. Stretch in the center. Over to the right. Over to the left. Back to center. A little wider. Stretch down the middle. Over to the right. Back over to the left. And a little lower in the center. Good. Now what I want you to do is keep your hands on the floor and slowly move your feet in. And keep your legs straight and then stretch it down. Come in a little closer. Stretch it down. A little closer. Good. Now over to the right and to the left. And let's get really wide again. Let's go as wide as you can go. Good. Stretching to the right. Over to the left. Center. Good. All right, walk out on your hands. We're just going to do some shoulder touches today. Right arm to left shoulder and vice versa. And stretch it down one more time. Good. So I would do some push-ups with you, but I have a shoulder injury, so I really can't do this now. But it wouldn't be a bad idea to do some push-ups on your own. All right. All right. Let's finish off with just some head up and down, right and left, shoulders in a circle. Good. Have a seat. Feet together. Pull them in tight. Work them up and down. That's it. Loosen everything up here. Good. Grab your bottoms of your feet, move your feet out about 6 inches, pull your head down towards the floor, stretch out your lower back. Nice and slow. Hold what you got, take a deep breath, and let it out and go down a little more. Hold what you got. Breathe, relax. Deep breath in, and out a little lower. Hold what you got. Good. All right, legs out wide. Stretching right. Stretching left. Stretching right. Stretching left. And down in the middle. way to get your feet out wider is use your hands as a wedge and just wedge yourself out a little bit, stretch it down. And up and back down. And feet together. Okay, here we go. Down and back up. Breathe out. Down. Down. Try to keep the toes pointed up. Knees straight. Reach out. Breathe out each time you go down. And awesome. Good. Okay. Alrighty, good. Okay, we're back. So, we're going to work on a sparring technique today. And this is one that you can really work on pretty much wherever you are. So, we're going to work on a spinning back fist attack. And I'm going to be using a dummy as a uke. Alright? So, what we'd like to do is I'd like to keep whatever foot you're going to start with. So, if I'm going to start with this foot forward, I want to lead with something. I don't want to just come in with a spinning back fist. I want to lead with something, distract them a little bit. So from here, I'm going to throw a jab out, right up to here, spin, and throw the back fist. So it's here, here. When you're doing this, you don't want to come out here with your back fist. You want it to pull tight. So you come out here, see the elbow comes across, so it comes from here, not from here. It's too telegraphic, too slow that way, right? So from here we're going to come in, we're going to step in with the jab here, spinning back fist here. Make sure you turn your head too, so if I'm doing it from the front, I'm coming here and I can see, right? I want to be able to see before I throw that back fist, even if it's a split second, right? So it's here, bang. Okay? Just like that. So on the dummy, we're going to keep a little distance because remember, we don't usually fight it this close. If something's going on here, he's either going to be moving or he's going to be attacking me, right? So we're out here at a little bit of a distance here, so we're moving around. So I'm going to come here, here. And practice. When you practice, make sure you practice with control because this is a sparring technique. This is not really a self-defense technique. So we're not coming here, you know, and smashing them. We want to control it. So, you know, whatever you're practicing with, if you're just practicing in the air, or if you're practicing with a partner, get used to making sure the head turns, and then you come across. The stepping with this is sort of important too. So what I want to do with that is I want to step in to break, again, to close the gap, right? I want to step in to close the gap, and when I step, I want to turn my front foot a little bit. That puts me in a better position to make the spin. The other thing you don't want to do is you don't want to move this front foot. I see people do this sometimes when they're doing this technique. They come here, and then as they spin, they step over here, you see, and they're too far away. You can't bridge the gap. So when you come in with this, that front foot pivots and spins. It never moves backwards, because if it does, you're not going to have the range. You're not going to reach. All right? So again, I want you to practice like just moving around with it, and boom, right? And being able to get it with control. Make sure the head turns. If you ever do this in a tournament and you throw something like this, you get disqualified for it. They call it a blind technique. You need to make sure the head turns so you can see. It would just make sense for safety as well. All right, so what I'm going to do now is actually turn this over to Sensei Melissa. She has filmed some additional sparring techniques for us, and I think they'll be valuable for you. Okay, who's? You just keep left on maybe, you know, for now. If you don't, it's okay. You can follow along the best you can. Okay? All right, Sensei, you got it.
Okay, guys. I'm going to do my best with the gloves here, too. All right, so I'm going to teach you 3 sparring techniques that I use myself. So if you have a belt on, I want you to take it off. If you don't, it's okay. And I want you to put it on the floor in a straight line, like that. Because we're going to be practicing angles, and I want you guys to get used to using angles. A lot of times when you guys spar, you go one, in and out the whole time, so we're going to work on that today. So the first technique we're going to work on that I like to use all the time, and I use this against someone who's bigger than me, if they're charging at me a lot, so they're charging this way at me, I just like to plant and throw a side thrust kick, okay? So I'm going to show you on my bag over here. So say they're charging in at me, right? They're charging straight. I don't have time to go off on an angle. I'm going to shuffle straight back, just like we do our shuffle steps in the beginner class, right? Now we're using them. I like to shuffle straight back and just throw a side kick. Simple, but it's effective. Especially, there's a lot of guys out there and girls out there bigger than me, and if they're charging straight in, sometimes a punch might not work, so I like to throw a quick kick. I'm going to show you what my feet look like doing that. And I'll use this as a line. Okay, you can't see it. I'm going to use this as a line. So they're coming straight. I'm going straight back. My back foot is this way because I'm doing a side thrust kick. My knee comes up, kick out, back, and down. So what I'm doing is I'm shuffling backwards and kicking, okay? Something else important you need to know is when I do that kick, I don't lean over because then I'm going to lose my balance. My head should always be straight up and down when I'm kicking. So I'm leaning, but my head is still straight up and down. That helps me keep my balance, okay? So if you have a belt for a line, use it. If not, you can always do it later because now it's on video, right? All right, so if you're usually have your left foot in the front, put your left foot in the front. We're going to do only one side today, okay? So you're going to practice. When I say hike, you're going to shuffle back and side thrust kick, okay, with our hands up. Everybody ready? Show me you're ready by putting your hands up. Okay? All right. Ready? Hike. Good job. And try not to make it a bunch of hops. It should just be a slide, a plant, and a kick. Okay? And if you don't get it right on the first try, that's totally fine. Sometimes I lose balance and it doesn't work, but you just practice over and over. That's the name of the game, right? All right, ready? Hike. Good job. Try to use that straight line as your guide. Hike. Nice job. So we're just shuffling back. 1, 2 is the kick. Ready? 2 more times. Hike. Nice job. 1 more time. Hike. Good. All right. 1 more time, because I still see some of you going like bunny hops. I just want you to slide, right? See how I'm not coming out of the screen? I'm staying at the same level. That's how you should be. Ready? Hike. Good job. All right. Before we move on, I'm just going to show you my feet one more time because it's a little hard to understand, especially when I'm not with you. But what I'm doing is my feet are just coming back. That's my back foot. Pretty much only my back foot moves, and then I kick. Okay? So I wasn't doing this. I was just sliding back, kicking. All right? So your homework is to practice that. All right. Next one is going to be more of a hand technique. I'm still going to have my line as a guide because we're going to use it. So this technique is going to be with my hands. So I like to go 1, 2, and if my opponent punches, I like to use my bar guard block and step off on an angle and then throw another, a 2, right? The backhand we usually call 2. Okay? So watch my feet, just so you know how that's working. So I'm doing my punches. 1, 2. As I block, I'm stepping off to the side, and then I'm punching. Okay? So I go forward, and then I go to the side. Okay? It's hard to do sparring techniques when you guys aren't together and there's not a person in front of you. So we're doing the best we can with what we got, right? All right, ready? So we're going to do it one step at a time. So 1, 2, bar guard block, step, and punch. Okay? We'll do it again slow. 1, 2, bar guard block, punch. Okay? Now, I'm doing these all at the head, but I don't have to do that. I could go high, low, bar guard block, low, right? I could go low, high, high. So you can mix it up. Today we're just going high. Ready? I'm going to say hike, and we're going to do it all together. Hike. Good. So it's just 3 moves. Punch, punch, block, punch. Ready? Hike. Good job. Hike. Nice job. Hike. And again, hike. We'll try this one on the other side. So switch your feet. So now my front hand is always 1, right? So same thing. 1, 2, bar guard block. I step to the side, 2. Use that line as your guide so you can step off of it, okay? Ready? Hike. 1, 2, bar guard block, 2. Good job. Keep your hands up. If your hands are low, I know there's nobody around sparring you, but we gotta have good habits to keep our hands up. Ready? 1, 2, bar guard block, 2. All right, ready? I'm gonna say hike, and we're gonna do it on our own. Hike. 1, 2, block, 2. Good. Again, hike. 1, 2, 2. Good job. I already see you're using your angles better. Nice job. Hike. 1, 2, 2. Nice. Again, hike. 1, 2, 2. And one more time. 1, 2, 2. Okay, awesome job. One more technique. What did I use here? Okay, this one's a little hard, but everybody likes spinning back kicks, right? Do we like spinning back kicks? Yeah, okay. So, this is just a spinning back kick, but I just want to tell you my mindset when I'm doing it. When I'm sparring someone, I don't like to have them stand right in front of me and spin all the way around and then kick. I like to wait and be sneaky, and I like to wait till they come over to this side, so then I don't have to spin as far, and then I can just spin to here, okay? So this is a little complicated, but what I want you to do is focus on a point where you're going to kick. You're going to turn your head, your eyes are going to be on that point where you're kicking, and you're going to kick. So right now, we're going to practice kicking towards the camera, so that I can see if your eyes are looking where you're kicking, okay? So to do it, let's just go over it again real quick, because we haven't done this in a while. Where's my feet? Where's my feet? So my feet, okay? What they're doing is my front foot stepping over to this line, and I'm giving my leg a lane to kick in, and then I'm twisting my hips. I'm looking. You can't see it, but I promise I'm looking. And then now I have this lane for my foot to go in, and I kick, okay? So watch again. You're going to step, right? Like the opposite of a roundhouse. Roundhouse would be this way. We're going this way. Giving my leg some room. I'm twisting, I'm looking, and I'm kicking, okay? Does that make sense? Anybody? Getting some looks that we're not sure? All right, so hands are up. I want you to, we'll do it with me. So step, turn, look, make sure your leg has a lane, kick. All right, let me see it. Let's do it again. Step with my front foot, turn and look over my shoulder, kick, and back down. We'll do it one more time slow. Ready? Step, turn, kick, and back down. And I usually land with my other foot in the front, but that's okay when I'm sparring because I can switch legs and, go into another combination. All right? Let's try it by ourselves. I'm going to say hike, and you guys are going to step, twist, look, and kick. Ready? Hike. Good job. And remember, same rules apply to the side kick. You don't want your head to come over here because then you're off balance. You're going to lean a little bit, but you want to keep your head straight up and down. Ready? Hike. Good job. Where should our hands be? Up, right. All right. Hike. Getting better. This is a hard kick, guys. I want you to practice it on your own. This is not something that I land every time when I spar, and it's not something you're gonna either, but the more you practice, the better your chances are of landing it, and the better your kick is gonna get, okay? So it just takes repetition. Hike. Two more times. Hike. And last one, hike. Good job. Now if you want to practice your other side, we'll just do that a couple times. Same rules apply. I step, I turn, I look where I'm going to kick, I give myself my leg enough room to kick, and I kick. All right? We'll just do 2 on that side because I know I'm running long. Ready? Hike. Well, see, that one wasn't so good. I looked over here, and my kick wound over here. So wherever you look is where your kick's gonna go. Shows I need to practice more on this side. Ready? Hike. Getting better, nice job. If you find you're coming around too far and throwing a front kick, your leg should be this way when you kick. If your knee is up, you're not gonna have the right kick, okay? Your knee should be either flat or on an angle this way. All right, 2 more times. Ready? Hike. Nice job. 1 more time. Hike. All right. Great job, guys. Practice this on your own, and you can come back and watch the video because I'm recording mine too, and then go over it as many times as you need to, rewind, whatever, so that you can practice on your own. Okay? Now we're going to go back to Hanji.
Okay, thank you, Sensei Melissa. Nice techniques. I hope everybody gets some value from that. Now, one of the things we see that we do in class that we see people really struggle with a lot of times is our side break falls. And I don't have a mat down here, as you can see, or anything, because I want to be able to kind of duplicate what you're doing at home. So you don't have to do a big standing break fall, but I want you to learn the technique, which is the important part. So where we're going to start sitting on the floor, and I want you to take, in my case it's my right foot, and tuck it in, all right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left foot and have it out and bring my hand to my shoulder, all right? I'm going to do a little bit of an angle so you can see better, right? Now, I don't want to rock back straight. I want to rock back so I'm kind of on my left side, right? And as I rock back, notice how my feet come up. I want my feet to rock up with me, and I want to be on my side. And this time you can just practice right on a carpet, so you don't need it. But to get the right form, later on you can do this faster and stronger standing. But we want to make sure we go to the side, the slap is coming down from the shoulder, and it's hitting on a 45-degree angle from your body. So you don't want to reach out, it's not the idea to catch yourself, it's just to break the fall, right? The key thing is you don't want to be flat, so it's not this, right? You want to rock up on that side. So you're on your cheek, and you're up high. So from this side, it's just the opposite. Whatever side I'm going on, that's the leg that's extended, right? And this other leg could just be up. It doesn't have to be here necessarily. It could be here. It might be more comfortable. Bring your break fall arm, the slapping arm, to the shoulder, right? On the side. It's not flat. It's on the side. So you come up, and you slap. Come up, and spot. Notice how my butt actually leaves the floor, because I want that arcing motion when you make the break fall. So this is a nice little practice thing. You could do it just in your living room or family room, wherever you're watching from now, at home, and practice technique. You don't need to slap the floor really hard for practice, but it'd be a good opportunity to get the form down on this side break fall. Okay, thanks. Okay, so have you been watching our videos that we've been filming at home during this time? You probably noticed that many of them have some extended self-defense techniques. I mean, we can teach some self-defense like this with imaginary opponents, and I think it's good and it helps you visualize. But I wanted to give you something more that you could actually see with a partner. So I don't have a partner to demonstrate. So I do have some videos that we taped, we filmed actually a number of years ago. But these are on commercial DVDs that are sold all over the world. And the techniques are basic, they're simple, but they're really good and effective. So we're going to include some today, and we're going to pretty much do that a lot of times. We'll add something on the back of this to give you something additional to practice. All right, thanks for your participation today, and we'll see you next time.
The next defense is against a roundhouse punch, or typically a sucker punch. And this is one of the most common street attacks. And it typically, this can happen in a mugging situation, it can happen in a bar, it can happen in road rage, it can happen just about anywhere. So this is something that you really want to get good at. Chris is going to be attacking with a roundhouse punch, and we'll do it slow at first, and he's going to be attacking with his right hand. So he'll step in, I'm going to step back or in, depending on the situation, and block. I'm just bringing my arm up and I'm blocking on his forearm. Okay? As soon as I make that block, I'm going to grab his upper arm, pull my hand back, and I'm going to be punching in this case. Now again, this could be a palm heel strike, but today we're going to punch. And just for illustrative purposes, I'm going to punch through and alongside Chris's head. And once I make that second punch, and we're going to do this in the opposite direction, I'm going to twist my hand behind the back of his neck, pull him in with both hands, and then knee kick either into the groin, the solar plexus, or the face. And then from here I can finish up, bang, with elbow strikes, and finish up. Now, let's have Chris on this side. Let's again throw the right hand roundhouse punch. I'm going to step in this time. Block and grab, bring the hand back, punch 1, 2. Now, of course, these punches are going alongside of his head. They'd be going right through him. Reach him back behind the neck. You want to be careful not to grab the shoulder. You want to control the head. Bring it down and drive in with your knee kicks. And again, finishing up with your elbows. Okay? So Chris, if you can come back on this side a minute. And this time I'm going to have him come in and throw the punch hard. Okay? Chris? Okay? So I used the palm heel that time. Again, I could have used the fist. I could have done something different. Again, we're trying to keep this as basic as possible. And I'm going to do it one more time. This time I'll use the fist. Now, Chris? And again, I can finish off here. Right, now, roundhouse punch many times is thrown as what we call a sucker punch. So there's a couple of things that we can do to enhance this technique. One of them is what we call a stop hit. And this is especially true if you can see the technique developing. And I'm going to show you how you can watch that. And this will actually increase your reaction time about 3 times and make your reaction much better to see this thing coming before it happens. But again, this time Chris is going to throw the punch again. And if you notice, I not only blocked, but I struck simultaneously. Okay? So these are done together. And the idea then is I really shock him because he's coming right in. If we did this in slow motion, his head is coming bang. He's just feeding me a perfect shot. And many times that's a knockout shot right there. But I certainly stun him at this point, and now I can continue to follow up with my other techniques as I did before. Okay? As much as necessary. Video, we did a couple of basic techniques from a roundhouse punch. And if you remember, as he throws the punch, I watch for the shoulder to dip and I either step in, once again, or if he's closer to me, I step back and I block. And then we controlled here, and we did our punches to the face. These could have been palm heel strikes to the face. We reached in, controlled the head, and attacked either the solar plexus, the groin, or the face with the knees. Okay? So that was our basic defense against a roundhouse punch. Really excellent technique. We're going to add to it and give you some other ideas of what you can do as well. Again, this is an attack that's many times a sucker punch type of attack, and it's a very, very common attack. So you watch that shoulder drops, you know it's coming. So this time we're going to add the stop hit to it. So Chris comes in, and he comes in the block, bam, I'm stepping in. As I'm blocking, I'm striking him simultaneously. And then, of course, I can go into my other strikes from there. So it's very, very quick. Stop hit, continue on with your striking. Another technique that we can do from the roundhouse punch, he comes in, we're going to throw a block this way, a double bar guard block from here. Hands are coming up. Now from over here I can turn, bam, I can hammer fist him in the groin, back fist him in the face, and then again we can control the wrist if we want to, and strike up in here. Once again he comes in, block in here, control, hammer fist, back fist, or we could shift it over and get the knees going, which is even simpler and just as effective. Okay, let's try it with the other hand. So he steps in, and bam, I block in here. Another variation to that, I grab the wrist in here, and then I work the elbows. Bang, bang with the elbows. And again, I come right around, I go back into my knee kicks, driving in with the knee. So there's a number of variations that we can do stepping in with that type of a block from that attack. Okay, this time let's try the roundhouse punch with the other hand. So Chris comes in, I step in and block. Control the wrist, come in here, elbow strike, and again, knee, driving in the knee, and finish off. We could finish off with some elbows or other techniques. Another technique I'd like to show you, I'm going to have Chris step on this side, and this may be when you happen to be very close to your opponent. He's reeling close and he goes to throw a sucker punch, so he comes in and throws a sucker punch, bam, I'm blocking it here. This is a jamming block. His block really doesn't get a chance to get off, and I'm driving downward right in the crook of his arm, stopping the attack. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide around, grab his hair, pull back, and elbow into his throat, palm heel into his throat. Okay, so again, a warning on this, that elbow into the throat could be a fatal technique. It could be a very, very dangerous technique. So be aware of that. This is not to be done unless it's a very serious situation. So once again, we're in close, stop, hit, block in here, in close, slide over, grab the hair, pull back, hammer fist to the throat, palm heel to the throat, strike into the eyes, finish up with the knee kicks. So let's have Chris stand on this side. We'll do the same technique. Again, we're in close. He goes to throw it around. I'm going to use that again. He comes in close to throw it around. House punch, stop, hit, slide around. Grab the hair, pull it back, bam into the throat, bam into the throat, strike him into the groin, knee kicks, and finish up. Okay. So that's our attacks, or different techniques that we can do from the sucker punch or the roundhouse punch.